Hi, I'm Nanna.
And I'm Mackenzie, and this is I Digress.
Woohoo!
So, welcome back. We just came back from fall break. Nanna, how was your fall break?
Break is a really, really nice word. I slept 4 hours over the course of the weekend, and I was in Las Vegas, and it was quite the experience. It was great. I didn't spend any money other than my flight and my dinner one night, so all I did was place bets and gamble, and I won.
How
I'm
much
up.
did you win?
Well, I had a parlay, Guardians Dodgers, that hit. That got me like $80, and I put 25 down. So I'll take
Okay.
that. And then I won like $15 on slots, penny slots. And then and then I put 100 on roulette and doubled it. So
Stunning.
gambling and partying, and I cannot go back to Vegas for a while, but it was awesome.
I've always wanted to go to Vegas, but
It was awesome.
I feel like I could only go once in like a decade. I don't think I could go back to back.
Oh, we might go back for spring break. Like, we loved it. I'd never have so much fun in my life. It was I would like to go for a longer time so I can, sleep,
Yeah.
maybe get a Cirque du Soleil show in.
Oh my God, I've always wanted to go to those.
Yeah, the last time I went to Vegas was with my parents, which, like, why are you taking your children to Vegas? But it was awesome. We went and we saw the Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil show, and it's still running.
Are you
And
kidding?
I know, you need to see it.
Guys, I'm like obsessed with Michael Jackson.
She's like weird about it.
No, okay. Not like you can't say weird about it than Michael Jackson, but
No, it was
no,
perfect.
yeah. I would love to go.
How was yours? Where were you?
I was here. My mom came to visit for the weekend,
Oh.
and it was fun. She stayed with me, so we slept in my room, which my mom's a public school teacher, so she gets up every day at like 4 a.m. and she woke me up at 7 thinking that we slept in, and we got
Oh my
back at like
God.
11, and she was like, "Can we go on a walk? Can we go do something?" I was like, "No, we need to actually sleep for at least 3 more hours. Like, you're living in my house right now, so
Yeah.
we're gonna sleep." And then her and my roommate, we went to, Oliver Winery.
Mm-hmm.
We went there, and that was a lot of fun, but we drank too much wine, I fear.
I saw Tatum's story and the reviews.
Yes,
I
they were really
I want to
good.
go. I want to do it. Was it worth it?
It was so much fun. It wasn't that expensive, and
How
like
much is it?
I think it was like $25 a person for a flight.
Oliver Winery sponsorship.
Yeah.
Next episode, we're gonna do a tasting. Thank
No,
you.
we need to go. It's so much fun. The decorations for fall is super cute. So yeah, it was just a chill weekend with my mom.
Beautiful.
But this weekend is homecoming weekend at IU.
Yes, it is.
Anything exciting going on?
I'm like in a sorority, so we do a lot of like stuff with the frats. So we have our Greek wedding today, which is just a roast. So all my friends are gonna get demolished. I don't do anything, but my friends do, and they're gonna get screwed. And then I'm not going out tomorrow. I'm not going out Thursday. I'll probably go out Friday night because we have a concert. And then Saturday we're doing Breakfast Club, which I'm excited for. I haven't done a single Breakfast Club yet.
I want to do a breakfast club.
And I'm excited because we're waking up at 5 for our pregame. So back in business.
Well, this game should be really big because we're playing Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got it.
I hope so. Knock on wood. It's been a really cool season for IU football.
Yeah, we haven't been good in a long time. Like a super tremendous long time. We've actually been really good at being bad.
Yeah, and I think, we deserve a gold star for that.
Yeah.
I feel like the Cubs, before they won the World Series, are like, oh, it's been 100 years.
Yeah.
Please let me win. And that's kind of how I feel right now.
Sometimes I think, like, imagine if we do go to the national championship.
Let's stop talking about it. If we jinx it, I'm going to freak out. I'm not even kidding.
People protest our show.
They're like, it was their fault.
There's vandalism.
Next time we record, it's like, you guys screwed us. True.
Yeah. Well, some of the topics that we have today, one of them that I wanted to talk about. So did you see, Hurricane Milton.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot coming out of Florida before I saw influencers who were going to Orlando.
Yeah, to Disney World.
Prior hurricane, like as it was coming in.
Yeah.
And you're from Florida, so I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I'm from Puerto Rico and Florida, so we like do hurricanes. That's like our thing. And I think the thing about people that grow up in hurricanes, the severity of them, and not to sound like ignorant or anything, but a lot of people just don't take it that seriously Because it's like, oh, we survived Katrina, we survived Andrew, like we did Matthew, and it destroys communities. But like, I think people, until it happens to you, you don't realize like how bad it really is. Because like, I remember we would get days off. We don't get snow days, but we'll get like hurricane days, and people would be like, okay, hurricane party at my house, and like people would go, and it would literally be a hurricane, and there'd be like kids like partying, and
That's insane.
I never went to one. Maybe I just wasn't cool enough, but
I think you were smart.
I just like no, like I after Maria like destroyed Puerto Rico, and like
Yeah.
they still get blackouts and everything, and like it's terrible over there, and it's been 5 years. It was 2017, so it's been over 5 years since it happened, and there's still like infrastructure damages. Like I don't know, but I think whenever I see an influencer being like going to Disney, I'm like, aren't you 45?
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Why are you going to Disney on
Let's
a whim?
identify the real problem here.
Well, I did see one of the influencers that was getting talked about the most. I don't know her user, but she's, I don't want to say famous, but like well known on TikTok because she's like the pastor's wife and she
Mhm.
has like 6 kids. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Or there's like different
I saw a ton
variations
of
of
the
the same
videos.
person that does that.
They're all Disney adults, and they all are kind of in the same pool of like weird.
Yeah.
I love Disney World. I love Disney.
I like
Hey,
Disneyland.
I love Disney. Disney pays my bills. I love Disney. I'm not kidding. But I think like once you're a certain age, if you're just like flying yourself out to Disney like by yourself in the middle of a natural disaster, like
Well, she was bringing her kids, like the whole family, which is crazy because it's like you're going during a natural disaster.
it's bad, dude. Like it, and you know what? Like people there genuinely got lucky because by the time it actually made landfall, and like maybe fact check me, but it wasn't a Cat 5 anymore.
I don't
I
think
think
it
it was
was.
a Cat 3 by the time it made landfall, which is honestly like ideal because what was brewing over the Gulf was genuinely like I was in shock.
Well, seeing the satellite photo of how big Milton was
Mhm.
compared to other ones and whatever, and all my TikToks were filled with that more For You page.
Yeah, I like didn't get any of that stuff. I just kind of kept up with it. Like I have family in Tampa. I lived in Tampa for a while.
Well, I was thinking, did you see? Because we're in a group here that travels. Well, we don't do it anymore, actually.
Mhm.
It's kind of a scam. We're in the Ernie Pyle program, and you're promised like 2 trips, one to St. Petersburg and then one to London.
Yeah.
But I was thinking we went to St. Petersburg almost like over a year and a half ago or whatever.
Yeah, it was like almost 2 years ago.
And we saw the Tampa Bay Times, and I think a crane like crashed into the Tampa Bay Times
Yeah.
building or something like that.
Something bad happened, and like the roof of the Rays Stadium literally got
Gone.
torn off. Like it's just weird to see, like especially places you've been, just like turned over like that. And I think the good thing about hurricanes, not that there's really anything good, but you know that they're coming. Like I couldn't imagine being in Oklahoma one day and like Twister.
Oh. Well,
What?
every time I hear I think it's the first Friday of the month in Indiana, the tornado
The
warning
tornado
thing goes up.
warnings.
I'm from Maryland. We don't have that. So
Yeah, I
I
don't either.
always have like an internal panic attack thinking it's the purge or
Well, when I woke up this
Twister.
morning to the fire alarm at 5:45 in the morning, I thought it was the purge because our fire alarm sounds exactly like the purge alarm.
Well, it'll get you up and going.
Well, my roommate literally ran into my room and was like, "Get a knife." I was like, "What are you talking about?" We were both delirious because we were both. Yesterday I slept 19 hours. 19 hours because I slept 4 the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, now, when you sleep too much and it makes you more tired?
You have sleep debt.
That's where I am. And that's where I was this morning. So I literally was like a zombie. It was so bad. My roommate, too, she was like, I think we need to get a knife. Like, something's happening. And I go, bro, it's a fire alarm. Let's exit the building.
Let's just get out.
And we did.
Well, something I also want to talk about with Florida, I hope that this person was on your For You page as much as they were on mine because I've been super invested in it. Lieutenant Dan.
Is that the guy that was like sitting in the boat in the room?
Yes, he has one leg, and he was interviewed by this guy who lives in Tampa. I think his username is like Tampa Terrence or something, and did all these videos about, I think his real name was like Josh or something. Like, he's just called Lieutenant Dan because he sits in a boat and
Okay.
the injury. So,
The injury.
so what's crazy is, so he was getting a lot of support because he was staying in his boat. It's connected to the dock on St. Petersburg, and everyone's like, you need to
I know
leave,
exactly
you
who
need to
you're
leave.
talking about.
And he's like, I'm not leaving. This is all I have. He's like, God put me here. I'm not going. So everyone's watching. They're like, okay, well, like, I hope this works out. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to keep up with it for sure. And he survived. So all these users are trying to send money to him and stuff. And he's like a little influencer and super wholesome. However, no, everyone's trying to take the money back because it came out. He has like 14 mugshots. Half of them it's because he failed to appear in court, which I can imagine is difficult if you have one like and don't have a car and you live on a boat. But one of them,
crazy. That was crazy.
I'm not gonna fault him for that one.
Okay.
But I was doing some research about it, and it's like some of it's like robbery, theft. Okay.
Oh,
He got
petty
into
crimes.
a fight with. Oh, get ready for this one. This is not a petty crime. This is like insane. This is so niche. He got into a fight with a woman somewhere, and they're going back and forth. And he puts gasoline on her and tries to set her on fire. Okay.
He's an arsonist?
Of humans. Like, that's next level.
Of humans.
So everyone's seeing it, and like, it's so funny because maybe a week ago, everyone's like, pray for Lieutenant Dan, looking out for Lieutenant Dan. All these influencers are giving like $100,000. They're giving him, a new boat, whatever.
Wait, am I missing like a part of the story? Why are we giving this man that's choosing to stay in his boat
That's the thing. I mean,
hundreds of thousands of dollars?
People like put in their mind
why don't
the
we
story
give it
they
to the
wanted
Red
him to
Cross?
be. Yeah.
Or why don't we sue FEMA with all that money?
Yeah. No one.
I hate FEMA. I'm not kidding. Me and FEMA, I hope I never meet anyone that works for FEMA. I'm going to punch them in the face. That's a threat.
Go on.
I just hate FEMA.
Okay.
They literally did nothing for anyone, have never done anything for anyone.
Yeah.
Ever. Sorry.
No.
Like, not to be like anti-government agency or anything, but like.
No, go off.
Sorry.
But I just thought that whole thing was so interesting because over a week ago, people are like, this poor man, he's homeless, he's poor, he's mentally ill. Okay.
Keep talking.
But then it all translated to, and this is why he's living on a boat in Tampa. And
because he's like a felon?
Yeah.
Like attempted. If you try to set someone on fire, isn't that like attempted murder?
It's got to be attempted murder to some extent. You can't just.
Gasoline? Like there's no getting around that.
It's not an accident.
If you're covered in gasoline and you get set on fire, you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, you're done. I mean,
you're gonna melt.
Or it's gonna be a problem.
I don't know. Whenever I think of like hurricanes, I just think of like after Maria happened, when Donald Trump went to Puerto Rico and he had the frozen paper towels and he was just like, whoa. Ooh.
Well, they've never seen a hurricane that wet before, according to him. Like on the scale of wetness, that hurricane was really wet.
That hurricane was soaked.
Did you see it was, I just saw this before we started recording. People are reporting that Ron DeSantis put like fake debris and stuff behind where his press conference was going to be to make it seem like the hurricane was worse, which the hurricane was totally bad. No one's discrediting that. However, you can see before he gets up on the podium, there's some guy just throwing
You just
stuff.
see him littering? Like...
No, they're like throwing like tables on the pavement and putting out like a lamp, just random stuff.
Wait, I think my favorite, and not to like, get too far off track, but I think one of my favorite like political like press conference moments ever was when they tried to make the press conference at the Four Seasons Hotel, and they ended up having the press conference at Four Seasons Landscaping. Yes. And I literally will never forget it because my mom goes, Nanna, come down here. We go down and it's like, I don't know what, I'm like, what's happening? She goes, look at the TV. And it's them in front of a freaking landscaping company. Yep. Like, imagine being the landscaping company, like, hi, we'd like to book your conference. And they're like, yeah, sure, bro.
Absolutely. They upcharge it.
They're like, okay, $50,000. And they're like, okay.
Did you see this American is the last time I'll stay on American politics for this episode. But did you see the Trump town hall last night? It was 30 minutes of questions. But the funny part is that it's definitely going to be on SNL this week. It was 30 minutes of questions. Someone had a medical emergency and had to vacate the premises. And then for an hour and a half, Trump was like, let's just dance. Let's dance. And they're playing opera music because he apparently loves opera. And then they're playing YMCA. He he loves that song. I've heard him say in podcasts, they're like, what song do you love the most? Like, would you like pull off your DJing? He's like, YMCA. Okay. So they're
Wait, that's
dancing
kind of a banger
for
though.
an hour and a half, and he's not even like, everyone around him looks so confused. They're literally like clapping, and then people are leaving, and like his people that are like working for him and being paid to be there, they're like tired because they've been clapping, and he's just standing there like swaying and doing his little
Oh
thing that he
God.
does.
Oh God. Honestly, like American politics is the most unserious thing ever. Like nothing
not
about
real.
it is serious anymore. And like I don't know if it's just our generation that just likes to make fun of everything, but I literally have never ever watched anything that has to do with American politics in the last 10 years that I haven't laughed at.
Right.
Like everything is kind of funny. Like the Kamala interview, she's like, I have a Glock. Hello?
No, that was so.
They're like, do you own a gun? She goes, yes.
And
Yes, I have a Glock. Have you fired it before? Yes, at a shooting range.
she's like, of course I have.
She's like,
Pause.
why would I have a Glock and not know how to shoot it? Like,
It's amazing.
everything is so hilarious.
So the next thing I'd like to move to, because you're a big DC person. You like DC more than Marvel, correct?
Yeah, I know more about it. I don't know
Safe
if
to say.
I just know more about it. I grew up like with more DC comics and like
Yeah.
the
So
cartoons.
did you see The Last Joker and like it?
No, I haven't seen it yet because I'm genuinely terrified too because of the like reviews.
Well, I mean, did you see the first one and you liked
in
it?
theaters.
And you liked it?
It was amazing.
Because I've never seen the first one. I know a lot about
genuinely
it.
Amazing.
But the second one, I was so shocked by the reviews because I feel like it was played out for such a long time in the trailers and people hyping it up that it was going to be really artistic and new and different and fun, you know, because it's like Lady Gaga, there's a musical aspect, all the behind the
Yeah,
scenes
it is a
footage
musical.
of, you know, her and the Harley Quinn makeup and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And not only to see it, it wasn't like a bomb in the sense of like, oh, half the people really liked it and they're like, these people don't understand it. Like it's creative and it's like genius. If you don't get it, it's because you don't get it.
Yeah.
It seems like no one got it.
It's weird because like Lady Gaga's such a great actress and like it's Joaquin Phoenix. Like I love that man. I would do anything for him. Him, Keanu Reeves, Pedro Pascal. Those are my big
The
three.
Holy Trinity.
Those are my big three. And whenever I like saw the reviews after it came out, I swear I heard my heart crack. But it wasn't Todd Phillips. Wasn't the same. It wasn't the same.
I don't
producer.
think it was.
Director. I mean, so it's like I knew that there was gonna be some risk, especially making it a musical.
Should not have done.
I like the nitty gritty like kind of scary-ish vibe of the first one. Like the first one is very like, you know how the Batman was like dark, the Robert Pattinson
Well,
one was
DC
dark
is super
and weird.
dark in general. I don't need Lady Gaga singing.
Yeah, the thing about DC stuff is that it's weird because like the source material is so lush and cool and like there's so much you can do with it and there's so many variants. But then whenever they like put money into it, it's like what the hell is going on?
I haven't seen.
Like the Justice League movies genuinely made
Did
me
not see
like
them.
suicidal. I was like, what the hell is going on?
The last DC movie I saw, I think, was Suicide Squad, the first one, which was fine.
Yeah, I had so much fun with that movie.
I didn't mind it, but like I haven't. No, I'm guessing that was the last one because I was gonna say Man of Steel, but that came out.
There's Man of
before.
Steel. Like, there was Batman versus Superman. Also, I hate Ben Affleck.
I do too.
Ben Affleck and I have a spiritual beef with that man. Him and J-Lo. I literally can't stand either of them. Like, and it's very well known. I think I've mentioned my hatred for them like at least in 4 other episodes. But
Oh, well, especially J-Lo.
J-Lo and I literally can't stand J-Lo.
Well, she might be done soon.
I mean, here's the thing though. I can't stand J-Lo, but I'll sit for every single one of her movies. Like, unfortunately,
kidding?
I literally have sat for every single one. Mostly to, like, hate watch. But, like, some of them are genuinely so funny. Like, Marry Me with Owen Wilson is one of the funniest movies I have ever seen in my entire life.
Legitimately or ironically?
Like, ironically.
Okay.
But legitimately, Shotgun Wedding with Josh Duhamel, however you pronounce his name. Genuinely so freaking funny. I've seen it 3 times with my best friend Abby and I have watched it 3 separate times because it is so funny and it's like Lenny Kravitz is in it. I forgot the name of the actress, but like it was actually funny. But and kudos J-Lo
and kudos.
Marry Me though, genuinely the most ridiculous movie I've ever seen. It is so funny. Owen Wilson as a rom-com lead. Are you kidding? Everything about it was Maluma as her ex. Like,
Hi.
there's a song that she sings in it called Church, where the backup dancers are dressed like latex, like slutty thong nuns,
Okay.
and she's dressed like a crucifix. So everything is sheer except for like the middle of her and her arms, which are gold, and she is a crucifix. And I really think everyone
Stunning.
should just watch them for the giggle. Also, the movie that she financed herself that she put on Prime,
I watched
hilarious.
that, and what's funny about it now is because it's kind of about her getting back with Ben Affleck. Do you remember the beginning of the musical?
Well,
Did you watch?
the whole
Or
thing
not
is
musical.
it is like a
The
musical.
whatever.
It's
But
like an extended music video that deserves nothing.
but she fall they get into like a motorcycle accident in the first scene, and then like they get back, and it's like, okay, well now he left.
Yeah,
So was that
I don't know,
worth
but
it?
it's just like we get it. You're a hopeless romantic. Isn't she a Libra? Like I could have seen that coming. No, she's a Leo. I really could have seen that coming.
Why?
She's just like so in love with herself, and I genuinely aspire to have the confidence that she does, and for that, sure, JLo's a role model. Thank you.
I can't believe you said that. I want to talk about Ariana Grande and SNL because I
I've
feel
seen the
like
clips. I haven't seen the whole thing.
I watched the whole thing, and that's what's annoying about SNL. When I see the clips, like of the skits that do super well in Weekend Update, I'm like, this was an amazing show. But then when you actually watch the show, I sat down and watched it with my mom on Peacock, and it's like, oh my god, like some of it, it's just like
I like the Domingo skit.
I love that one.
That one was really funny.
The competitive game night one was super funny.
That one was hilarious of her being like, I said gay in a mean way. And we were like, oh.
The Celine Dion one, I really like that one.
Yeah, I saw that one too. Honestly, for me, like, I love Ariana Grande.
I feel like she has because you remember, like, let's say, like, last January when Yes and came out, and this was after all the allegations of being a homewrecker and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think made her kind of rebrand her image?
Glinda.
Yeah.
Galinda.
One more
That's
time?
it. Galinda. I'm not kidding. Like, you know what? And my favorite thing about Ariana Grande is that she's been through a million eras.
Mm-hmm.
And my personal favorite is Blackiana Grande. I love that woman when she had her black scent. Wow. She was awesome. Have you seen the videos of her? She's like, Kwame, come here, girl. And I'm like, oh.
No, I'm like,
Blackiana.
Who is that?
What are you doing, girl?
It is the most insane.
Her spray tan. Like, honestly, I loved it. Like, I thought it was hilarious. And, like, I've always loved her. So,
I love seeing the comparison to, like, the 2013 era or no, probably, like, 2016.
I'm telling
now.
you, Blackiana versus Galinda.
Love Glinda.
And I am a big Wicked girl. Like, ask Mackenzie. Like, ask Mackenzie. I'm, like, crazy Wicked. Like, I balled my whole face of makeup off.
It was so good.
When we saw it on the West End. Like, I will be there on Thanksgiving when it comes out.
I'm so excited.
Like, my sister gets, like, early screening because she goes to the movies so much. So, like, we're going to go together and watch it. But I just think, like, one, I wish she had performed. But Stevie Nicks is if there's someone I love more than, like, actually anyone on the world, it's Stevie Nicks. Like, the two celebrities that when they go, like, no one's going to be able to reach me for at least a week are Stevie Nicks and Barbara Streisand. Like, when they go, I'm going. Sorry, goodbye. See, and Cher.
Ooh.
And Cher. But Stevie Nicks, like, she sang Edge of 17.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other song
she sang? A new song, I believe. I could be wrong, but I know she has a song about abortion rights.
Yeah, that's from a few years ago.
That.
I think it's from the last election because I remember her putting it out. But I mean, I love Stevie Nicks, so I was really excited. I'm gonna sit and watch the whole thing. I watched all the skits and the performances, so technically I don't
You've kind of seen it.
I kind of saw it, but I like watching it all, like, play out.
Well, I wonder with the new SNL movie if that's gonna make SNL more popular again.
Well,
because that makes me really excited.
Another thing about, like, that new SNL movie is, like, I'm hoping that they do, like, a stunt casting type of, like, episode on SNL where they get the cast of the movie to, like, host.
Yes.
I think it'd be so cool. And they already started their press tour, so, like, might as well.
No, I think it'd be so good. Speaking of a comeback in a way, I really need and want to talk about Milli Vanilli.
Oh my god.
No. Don't you dare.
Okay, you can go.
So, like, I absolutely had no idea who this group was.
You didn't know who Milli Vanilli was?
I knew of the scandal. I knew that there was a group in the late 80s to early 90s that were, like, canceled because they were caught lip syncing. And if you said the name to me, I'd probably be like, oh, okay, yeah. But, like, did
You
I
didn't
know
know the
their
music?
music? No.
Are you in, like, a rabbit hole now?
Absolutely.
Girl, you know it's true. Okay, continue.
So they are, like, well, one of them passed away.
Well, yeah.
I think the one that is alive, his name is Fab.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the Today Show, I think yesterday.
Yeah, because Rob's the one that passed away.
Yeah. And he was talking about how, like, I think their streaming, like, the music for their streaming, whatever, like, went up by 300%
Mm-hmm.
since Menendez show and whatever. Insane. And I think it needs to be played everywhere, all the time.
Well, you know, they're making a movie, a biopic about them.
They need to, because I did some
They
research on
are.
it. It's
You have to
super
look.
unfair. What happened to them?
It's like crazy because, you know, lip syncing is still kind of frowned upon. I think the only people, like, it still is, because let's talk about lip syncing in general. We had obviously Milli Vanilli when, like, the track started skipping and it's like, girl, you know it, girl, you know it.
Remix.
And they're literally panicking and they run off the stage. They got their Grammy stripped from them. They're the only
Mhm.
people to have a Grammy ever stripped away from them. That's crazy, like, for Best New Artist. And at the end of the day, like, J-Lo...
She
Not
literally
to go back
has
to J-Lo,
Meghan
but-
Trainor's voice on her song. It's
Yeah,
not even
and
her
Ashanti.
voice.
Ashanti's been singing J-Lo's songs since The Block, bro.
Everyone knows. Britney Spears is lip sync.
Britney
at
Spears got
concerts.
canceled for her lip syncing though, because you know that one episode of iCarly where it's like
Make
they
fun of
host
her.
an award show, and it's Ginger Fox,
Mm-hmm.
and that's them making fun of her performance, and like Britney wrote about it in her book, The Woman in Me. Thank you.
I loved that book.
It was great, genuinely so great, and I loved like listening to it because what's the name of the woman that narrated it?
I don't know, but it sounded a lot like Britney Spears because I
Mm-mm.
listened to the audio version.
It wasn't Britney. She had this actress. God, I'll remember eventually. Very celebrated actress. Read it for her and it was great. But I just think like lip syncing. Do I care that much? Like all the K-pop groups do it.
I really
They don't sing
care.
live. I think if you're like, because at the end of the day, they were performers, not artists, and then they tried to put solo music out after. But like when you're disgraced like that, who's gonna go stream it when they
Right.
want you to be singing like? Nothing could make me change my point of view. Oh, girl. But I think it's hilarious that they're trending now because of the freaking Menendez brothers.
No, insane.
Literally, imagine like two guys.
What is your thought on that?
Oh, I think that they should not be in jail.
Me either.
I don't think they should be in jail.
Because
I
did you hear
studied it
Brianna
a
Chicken
lot in-
Fry's take?
What was her take?
Her and Brie, I think that's her name. No, Grace, have a podcast,
Mhm.
and they were talking about the show. And Grace was like, I actually don't really want to give an opinion on it because I don't know like too much about it or whatever. And then Brie was like being super just disrespectful. She was just basically saying like, I'm sorry, but like if you shoot your mommy and daddy in the face, like you need to go to prison. Like sorry, and it's like
I think
Oh
that
my
like
God.
if you they could have served time, but like life in prison is crazy.
well also like
With no
I watched the
parole.
documentary, and the documentary because they had like a hung jury, and then the
Mhm.
second trial they couldn't have any evidence
Yeah.
from the defense side about the abuse that went on.
Mhm.
So it's like you're either going to make a decision to like set them free altogether or go to jail for the rest of their lives. There's
Yeah,
no
there was no choice.
manslaughter.
And it also doesn't help that, like, at that point, you have the LA riots cases going on. You had
OJ.
OJ going on. Freaking OJ.
Always we talk to OJ.
I actually, like, don't get me started on OJ Simpson because I'll go on a tangent. But I'm so dead serious when I say, like, I just think that, one, Ryan Murphy's a piece of shit for the way that he went about that show and the way he's spoken about the brothers and everything after. Like, at the end of the day, these are people that went through something horrific and, like, maybe their reaction wasn't ideal. But when they were in court the first time, they were told they had the maturity of 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they were, what was it,
I think it was
20 and 18 when they first went into
when they
trial?
first I think it was 21 and 18, 19.
He
or
was
something
like, he was
that.
like freshly 18.
One of them was in Princeton. Lyle was in Princeton.
Lyle, yeah. Or
So
he was
it's
like getting
insane.
kicked out of Princeton or something,
Something
like
like
that. I don't
that.
remember. But I'm so serious when I say, like, I just think that, like, they just got served, like, a shit sandwich. And I'm sorry, when you're 11 years old, when your mom takes away your, like, Nintendo DS or your favorite toy, you get so mad you think you're going to kill someone. Like, think of yourself as a child, like, when something is taken away from you. Now, imagine, like, something like that happening to you.
Yeah.
Like, I could never put myself in those shoes. But, like, I would get so freaking mad when my mom wouldn't get me a Build-A-Bear. And I was, like, 10 years old, 11 years old. If my parents were doing something like that to me, I would also result to murder. So.
Yeah. And the last thing.
And cheers.
Hard left. Did you see Elon Musk's announcement for the new, like, technological things he's putting out?
Did you see the director of iRobot saying, hey, Elon, can I get my designs back? Because he stole them.
No, 100%.
Like, actually stole them.
Because you can pay, I think they're $20,000, $30,000, and they'll be available in the next, I don't know, 2-3 years. They're terrifying, and he claims that they can, you know, do your chores, get your groceries, take care of your kids, destroy the world, essentially. I don't trust those things at all. And then they have, like, it's just insane, because I feel like there are a million different movies about this same exact plot, these same designs. They look the exact same.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to, what, let it watch your kids?
Look at this. It's the guy that made iRobot. Literally, hey, Elon, can I get my designs back? These are the iRobot designs.
It's the whole thing.
And these are the Tesla designs.
Because they also have this, like, party bus.
You can, like, swipe a little, and it'll show you. Isn't that crazy?
It's insane. But they also have that stupid-ass party bus thing. He was like, he's talking about the driverless taxis, which, like, interesting, but I don't know how great that's going to work out. But then he's like, and let's say you want to have, you know, 20 of your friends, like, all drive together. And then this ugly,
dude,
like,
get a limo.
It's just walk. I don't know.
Just walk.
Figure it out. Because he was like, I know, right? It's sick. It's like, what are we doing?
I mean, like, and back to, like, the whole stealing the designs thing, like.
They look the same.
They look the same, but also, like, they do look like just, like, trains, cars, and robots.
It's giving, you know, the Jetsons, that old, like, 1960s cartoon.
I know what the Jetsons are.
Okay, I want to make sure. Because I made this comparison a couple of days ago, and this person didn't know what I was talking about, and I was super humbled. But, like, it's giving the Jetsons. It's giving what people back in the 50s or 60s thought the future was going to be like.
Yeah, and I mean, we're approaching, I fear.
Let's get to it, but, like, moderately.
I just think I'm, like, so afraid of, like, AI and stuff. I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm genuinely afraid of it. Like, it's gonna take over. Like, it knows everything. I love ChatGPT. She's my bestie. She's amazing. Sometimes whenever I need, like, to, like, send, like, a text or something and I don't want to sound mean, I'm like, is this mean? Like,
I do that too.
I'll run it through. I'll be like, because sometimes, like, I'll send a text and I don't mean for it to come across in, like, a bitchy way, but, like, it does.
It does.
So I go, how do I make this, like, does this sound bitchy? And they're like, yeah, girl, what the hell?
I did this the other day. I was like, I don't know if my essay is good or not, because I put in Grammarly and it said it was fine, but I was like, I don't know if it's missing anything. So I put in a ChatGPT and I was like, what are the strengths and weaknesses? And it, like, labeled out, like, all the good things about it and then all the bad things about it, and then, like, made recommendations of how to fix it.
I'm not even kidding. Like, my ChatGPT, like,
girl.
I'm not even kidding. Hold on. I'm trying to find a specific one.
Drink? What is this?
Wait, my friend got a drink thrown on him.
Actual conversations with it.
This was, like, at 4:00 in the morning after we got back from the bars. My friend got a drink thrown on him, and we were so mad. We were like, what do we do? Like, we go, if someone threw a drink tonight, like, what do we do? And then I'm like, should we kill her? And she goes, damn, sounds like you had a wild night. Nah, murder's a bit much, but I get the frustration. Take a breath. Let it roll off. Trust. Karma's got your back. And I go, so true. And then it goes, so glad you feel me. Sometimes it's best to just let it slide and keep moving. And then I go, but, like, should I get revenge?
My favorite thing, this is the last note I'll make, because we have to go soon. But my favorite thing, someone sent, like, a rude text to my friend or something post breakup. So they were trying to figure out what to say back. So I put in ChatGPT, like, nice things to say, like, to an ex that said this. And it was the funniest thing ever. I see all the time. I was like, maturity looks good on me. Hope you're leveling up too.
Like, you know, I think some of the crazy things is, like, I'll get, like, a new bit. Like, I don't know, my friends and I just always have new bits. Like, we saw a guy the other day and we were like, oh my God, you're beautiful. But we were, so, like, out of nowhere, it's like, oh my God, I'm dead. Bring me back to life. So we'll go, zzz, clear. Zzz, and, like, So now it's like our new bit.
I never let bits die.
Oh my God. Our bits, it's so bad. I've had bits that go on for years. I mean, you and I have so many bits.
We have so many bits.
They get lost sometimes. We need to find
We'll do
them.
a callback sometimes. Like, you'll say a bit or reference something that we used to talk about all the time that I haven't heard in forever. And it's like something ticks in my mind, like, I haven't heard that in years.
Like the My Little Ponies. LPS popular.
And on that note, I have to go.
LOL.
What the hell?
No, it's fine. I just had to make you remember because I know that you appreciate the giggle. But, you know, that's what I'm here for. Long story short, Milli Vanilli, justice for Milli Vanilli, rest in peace, Rob.
Yeah. The best piece of advice I could give anyone, you know, listening to this, my advice is if you're having a stressful day or a really bad day, like you're just really angry, sad, stressed, whatever, play Blame It on the Rain. But don't play it like just on your phone. Get every single
speaker.
Get every device in the house, sync it all together,
And
play it all at the same time, and don't even dance, just aggressively move. Just aggressively move and get it out.
Move. I think that's the plan for tonight.
Yeah, like I was writing an essay and I just had major writer's block. I had tears in my eyes. It was like 4 a.m. because I forgot to do it, so that was my fault. And I was like, I need to hear something. So I just pressed shuffle on my phone. It was like a sign. And then I hear dun 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 dun. Like the beginning intro is like dun 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 dun. And then you hear like the rain coming down. I was like, oh my God, woo! Oh girl. That's how it says in the intro.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Love. Okay. Moral of the story.
Listen to Blame It on the Rain.
Milli Vanilli, Elon Musk weird.
Elon Musk weird.
Milton gone.
Ariana back.
Ariana up. And
Lieutenant Dan is canceled.
And Lieutenant Dan is an attempted murderer. And what the hell?
Is a human arsonist.
He literally.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening to I Digress.
We'll be back with another little moment at some point.
Our little moment.
Another little moment in time, a blip, if you will. High five.
That was crisp.
Okay, bye.
Bye.